PDW 1785. Why was McAdoo able to race with a torn ACL, but Jett had to get surgery? Dude, that's a really good question, and you go for it.
Yeah, it just all depends on how it was tore, mainly how unstable your knee is. Like I've raced many years with mine tore, and I was able to do it. But the Seattle Supercross, when I had tore it there, same at Paula, one of the other times, like I tore it, I knew what happened, and it was very unstable. There was no riding with it, but I had done it previously for years before that. So I think it just all depends on how unstable the knee is. Obviously you can wear knee braces. A lot of guys do wear knee braces and then tape it up. I think that I'm not sitting here saying Jett couldn't have rode, but I think where Jett's at in his career, what his bank account looks like, what the future holds for him, that was in the best interest of him to get it fixed. Now, Cameron, for example, been in the 250 class for quite some time. It's it's his time that he has to do something to secure something in the future. So I think is it the best move necessarily for the joint itself or for his knee? Probably not. But from a career standpoint, sometimes you gotta risk the biscuit, and that's what he's doing. And that was a hell of a showing with a torn ACL. So I think it's kind of your trajectory, and where Jett sits right now, I don't think it was in his best interest to ride. Like I said, with all the accolades he's already got to his name and where he sits in his career versus where Cameron sits in his career, I think it was a must ride situation for Cam.
Yeah, I think it affects everybody differently. Like I could race with mine, but it was all just a matter of time. Like some days it would be great. It'd be good for a month. Then it'd pop out.
Yeah.
Then it'd be unstable for, like 2 weeks. And then, like that. So that's how mine was. And I just didn't want it to become a problem. So that's why I had it fixed. And like RV said, for you guys just listening to this or you're watching this podcast, I agree with RV wholeheartedly. It's like Cameron's in a different spot. And you just have to go out there and do it. I don't know where Cam is on a contract side of things. I don't know if this is his final year. I need to ask him, actually. I'll do that this week.
But Ricky, like okay, say Supercross goes well, right? And he maybe wins the championship, maybe he doesn't, but he's top 3. Eventually he has to get it fixed. So is that going to fall on outdoors? Is that going to fall on the beginning of, if he makes it through outdoors and then he tries to rush it and fix it before Supercross next year? Like, no matter how you look at Cam's decision of racing or not racing, like he's going to be up shit creek without a paddle eventually. Like he's going to have to get it fixed, like one way or another. And I would try to put in a hell of a Supercross season, hopefully win a couple races, secure a deal. Like you said, I don't know exactly what his contract terms are sitting right here, right now. But if he is up next year, he's going to want to put in one hell of a season to secure a ride for 26 and then get it fixed.
I'm with you. If I'm Cam, you just made me think like, if I'm Cam RV, I'll go as hard as I can in the paint right now. And if I say these next 3 weeks go good, then you just go on and you commit like, all right, I'm going to try to win this championship. If the next 3 to 4 races, something happens and it goes wrong with them, then that's where I'm like, okay, screw it. You pull the pin, you go have it fixed, and then you can race your way into SMX. If I'm Cam, that's what I'm doing. That way you can be ready. It won't be ideal, but you can be ready for SMX playoffs, race your way in. He's going to race his way in. He's going to make it through the last chance. And if he hasn't signed something before SMX, he can go out and display his talents, and everyone can kind of get a decent gauge on where he's at. That's what I'm doing if I'm Cam.
Yep, exactly.
That's what I'm doing. Good question, PDW 1785. I think it, like RV says, I think it affects everyone differently, from a physicality standpoint, and then obviously from a bank account and what your ride looks like, it affects that as well.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.